Hey everybody, welcome to Merly on Time. My name is Chris and thank you for checking this video out. Today I will be looking at two chronograph watches that I purchased from Pagani Design on the AliExpress website. I will leave a link in the description below where you can get these watches. I was put on to Pagani Design in my watch collecting journey by Jody at Just One More Watch on his YouTube channel. I'll also link that in the description below. And I am really excited about these two watches that I'm going to be showing to you. They are great looking pieces, great looking watches, and especially for the dollar value, you are getting a lot for what you pay for, which isn't very much. The first watch that I am going to be showing you today is the homage that Pagani Design did of the Rolex Daytona watch, and here it is. And you can see the actual Rolex on the left and the Pagani Design on the right, and this watch is absolutely beautiful. And the specs for this are as follows. The model is the PD 1644, just like the Rolex Daytona. It's got a 40 millimeter in case diameter. It's got 12 millimeters of case thickness, 20 millimeter bandwidth, 316L stainless steel case and bracelet, ceramic bezel insert. It has a sapphire crystal covering the dial. It comes with the Seiko VK63 quartz movement, and it boasts 100 meters of water resistance. It is an absolutely fantastic watch and great looking watch for the money. And so with that, let's turn the camera around and have a look at the first Pagani Design chronograph that I want to show you today. So the first watch we are going to open is the homage of a Rolex Daytona, but before we get into that, I just want to do a quick wrist check of what I am wearing. I am wearing the Seiko 5 sports watch that I got from my wife for Christmas. This is absolutely beautiful. We'll be talking about that in a future video. All Pagani Design watches, guys, come in the exact same box. I've got about 5 or 6 of these Pagani Designs now. Simple box, but really better than the Casio box that I unopened recently. Inside the box comes with a nice cloth to clean the watch, and in the side there's a bit of an instruction manual and a warranty card. But here is the PD 1644 homage of the Rolex Daytona. An amazing, just polish it off here, just a beautiful looking watch. 100 meters of water resistance. It does have a screw down crown. One thing I will say about the screw down crowns that I have received from Pagani Design is that they are a little bit gritty. I have found that you have to apply a little bit of pressure toward the watch when you're screwing them in, just to avoid the grittiness and the gritty feeling that they have. Well, for $89 US, which is what this is listed at on the website, can't really complain about that. The pushers also have screw down mechanisms on them. I don't know exactly what to call them, but they will lock it in place. On the actual Rolex, these would tighten into the case to provide water resistance. You're not supposed to have them out when you're in the water. But if you have a close look here, I don't really see, number one, this doesn't screw down right to the case tight, obviously, so I'm not exactly sure that this is really adding to the water resistance of the watch, whether or not those pushers need to be in or not. When the pushers are screwed in, you can't engage the chronograph, and certainly while you are underwater with this watch or with any kind of chronograph watch with pushers, you don't want to be pushing in the pushers underwater anyway, or the water can get in behind the seals that of the case and get in your watch and damage it. It has complications on the watch, 3 of them, as you can see. The black dials at the 3 o'clock, just a 24-hour time. I'm going to try and zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. I'm not sure if it'll zoom. So it's a 24-hour complication at the 3 o'clock. The seconds hand is running at the 6 o'clock, and the minute hand, the 60-minute timer at the 9 o'clock for the chronograph. One push will start it. Mecha quartz movement. You can see the big second hand now moving to keep the time tachometer on the outer ring of the bezel will help you know how fast you are going. And so the way it works is this: if I stop the watch right now, we'll just stop it where it says 180. If it takes me, what is that, about 22 or 23 seconds to travel 1 kilometer, I am actually traveling 160 kilometers an hour. If it takes me 60 seconds to travel a kilometer, obviously all the way around to the 12 o'clock of the tachometer, you can see the 60 there, then I'm going 60 kilometers an hour. That's how the tachometer works. Great looking watch. I'll show it on wrist in a moment. Push the pusher in to stop it, and it's got a nice snap back, so you'll see it go back to the 12 o'clock there. On the case back, just some simple etching of the Pagani design, PD1644 Pagani design Sport. You can see there, water resistant, 100 meters. Interestingly enough, not per se for this particular watch, but the other Submariner Homage watches that Pagani design makes, I have seen a video where a guy actually tests the water resistance, and the Pagani design actually goes over 200 meters of water resistance according to the test that this guy did. The screw down pushers will prevent you from engaging the chronograph. On this particular model, I think that's about all it's worth. I'll talk about that little feature in just a moment. It's kind of odd. I just prefer the pushers to, be engageable all of the time. And I'll show you in this particular watch why this can be, a bit of an issue. The bracelet is all 316L stainless steel. It's got some nice high polish in the middle link, some brushing on the outer links. And of course, Pagani design does their best to do a ripoff of the Rolex clasp. It's a nice push down clasp with a keeper there. Pagani design etched on the clasp as well. There's Pagani design etched onto the crown as well. Really just a beautiful looking piece, guys. Really nice watch. Love it. I'll show you the watch on wrist now. Okay, and here's the wrist shot, guys. I think it looks absolutely awesome on wrist, and I have a 7.5 inch wrist size for your reference. And you can see what I mean about the chronograph pushers. While they are screwed in, while the watch is on wrist, it's actually very difficult to, use the chronograph unless you take it off first to unscrew the pushers. So if you were using it, I would suggest leaving the pushers out all of the time. I'm not sure about the water resistance on this particular watch, if they need to be screwed in order for the water resistance to remain intact. If you know, just make a note of that in the comments below. I know for the Rolex, the screw down pushers went right into the case, but on this they don't. So I think it's more or less just to copy a bit of the design of the Rolex rather than the actual water resistant functionality of the watch. And just going to take you to their website here so you can have a look at the variations that you can get for this watch, and then we'll take a look at the second chronograph that we got from Pagani Design. And so here it is on the Pagani Design official website, the Pagani Design PD1644 top brand luxury watch, men chronograph, new hot men's watches. Okay. You can see the price there is $89.99. It comes in a variety of colorways to choose from. And so for what you get for your $89.99, which you can get cheaper on the AliExpress website, you certainly get a lot of watch for the money. Highly recommend this one. Let's take a look at the next chronograph that I have for you. Okay, and the second chronograph watch that I want to show you is this Pagani design on the leather strap. We've looked at the PD1644. This one I saw, and I absolutely just had to grab it. I love just the look of this watch. Primarily the thing that I'm concerned about more than anything is the look of the watch. This one actually features a different movement. It is a Japanese quartz movement, but it is not the Seiko VK63. Actually has a different style of chronograph on it, as opposed to having the large second hand run the chronograph. You can see the large second hand, the orange second hand on this watch is what is used for keeping time. At the 12 o'clock, you've got the hundredths of a second meter there, and at the 6 o'clock is the second hand for the chronograph. At the 9 o'clock is a 60-minute timer. I do want to just say, look at the legibility of this chronograph compared to the PD1644. I mean, if I held this on wrist and I was trying to track something, how much time elapsed, very difficult to read, almost non-existent to read the minutes counter on the 9 o'clock there. Whereas on this one, you can really see the minute hand on this, with the exception of where it approaches 10 or 20. The indices for the minutes aren't there. But I love the look of this watch. It is model number PD3306, stainless steel case, 316L stainless steel case. Came with this genuine leather strap. Not the greatest strap in the world. I've only worn it for a few days, and you can see on the other side of the strap, I'm already starting to lose some of the material on there. I did order another strap for it from Strapsco. But let me just show you how this chronograph works. You'll notice when I push the pusher on the top that the 1/100ths of a second will start spinning at the 12 o'clock. There's 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. And the second hand at the 6 o'clock. I love the way the use of the orange against black, so you can see on the 100ths of a second dial at the 12 o'clock there are some orange markers for the 100ths of seconds. On the minute or on the second timer, you can see every 5 seconds an orange marker indice for every 5 seconds as well. Every 5 minutes on the minute timer. Obviously, you push the pusher to stop it, and this one you'll see the chronograph wind back instead of snap back. Pretty amazing. Let me just show you the specs of this watch. It is the model PD3306. It's got a 42 millimeter case diameter, 12 millimeter case thickness. I think it is a little bit thicker than that, although that's what is listed on the website. 24 millimeter wide genuine leather band, 316L stainless steel case, hard Lex mineral crystal covering this dial, Japan quartz movement, although I'm not exactly sure which one. And this one has 100 meters of water resistance as well. What I really like about this watch is the dial. You can see the date complication there is really cool, with the Pagani design logo and branding at the 3 o'clock. It's the 17th today, as you can see. I do love the texture of the dial. Plastic, although it may be, I think, probably on the inside, but there's some honeycomb texturing along the complications. Not really what you would call applied indices around the 12 and the 6 with the batons all the way around. That looks like one piece that's probably applied on the dial, so I guess you could say they're applied indices. But what I really love more than anything about this watch is the price. It is listed for $29.99 on AliExpress. I actually bought this for about $37 Canadian. So let me show you what this watch looks like on my wrist. So there it is on my wrist. I think it is absolutely beautiful. The leather band, I must say, is quite a bit stiff, but it has loosened up quite a bit. I do prefer stainless, as I said, and I did order a stainless steel band for this watch. One thing that I am not a huge fan of is the amount of space between the lugs and the top of the face. You can actually, if you're close enough, you can actually see my arm or my wrist through the band. I like the stainless steel bracelet I ordered. Has a curved end, so it will hopefully cover up that part of the dial. But here is another Just great value. Pagani design watch, and just really amazing looking. I'll show you some of the different color variations that they have on the website now for this one. So here it is, Pagani Design PD3306 Luxury Brand Quartz Sport Wristwatch. They haven't updated their website. It says 30 meters of water resistance, but on the actual watch it says 100 meters. Either way, I don't think I'll be using it too much in the water. But here is the black band with the yellow stitching, a little bit of a close-up there, if you will. This is the white and red. The dial is quite nice with the white as well. You can see the honeycomb texture in the dial there. Here is the black and the red version, red stitching on the leather band, and then of course this is the one that I have. And for $39.99, I saw this. I just couldn't resist. I bought it. It's that cheap and it looks great. So there are two great budget chronograph watches that you can get from Pagani Design on their official website, which I'll have listed in the link below. And you can get them a little bit cheaper, usually on the AliExpress website, and I'll leave a link to the watches on AliExpress below as well. Amazing watches for the money. The look of the Pagani Daytona is just incredible. Loved wearing that. Looks great on wrist. Although the chronograph on that one, not very legible, not very useful. You can't really see the indices on the complications as you can on the PD3306. Which is an homage, again, of a tag Heuer Carrera, a lot of people think. But you can't go wrong for the money. If you enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe, hit like, and until next time, make sure when you go out that you're wearing something nice on your wrist and that wherever you're going, you are going to be there on time. We'll see you in another video.